I'll give it a second to populate. All right. One intro. Well, folks, to Raleigh, North Carolina, not just the heart of the state, but the grounds claimed and defended by the Wolfpack of North Carolina State. This morning, as the sun rises over the horizon, will the Wildcats of Kentucky have what it takes to conquer the Wolves in their home woods and come away with sweet victory? My name is Israel Schill. I'm joined here on my left by multimedia journalist, my good friend AJ Nava. We're honored to have the pleasure of hosting the broadcast here on a chilly Sunday morning for an MCLA Division I matchup between Kentucky and North Carolina State.
Shout out Sweet Victory by SpongeBob SquarePants.
There you go. Wonderful song.
But
AJ Nava.
regardless of the SpongeBob reference, we are very happy to have you with us. We're very happy to be here. We expect some great things out of both these teams. Wildcats versus Dogs, that's always a good sign of a good game.
Absolutely. I'm really excited for this one. I think it's going to be a great matchup. Looking into a bit of a preview for this one. North Carolina State was defeated by Clemson on Friday, 11-8, and the very next day Clemson defeated the Kentucky Wildcats 16-10. So now here both have lost to Clemson. Both of these teams are trying to prove who's the better between the two. So some things to note here in this game. UK currently sits fourth in the ALC North, and North Carolina sits fourth in the ALC South. So this will be a good matchup of two teams of similar caliber. AJ, what are you excited for in today's matchup?
Well, I'm excited to see Kentucky bounce back. I really feel like I haven't seen their style of play that much in the last few games, and so I want them to come out, be themselves, and find their rhythm. For NC State, I'm excited to be surprised at whatever they throw at us today.
I definitely agree with that statement. It's going to be a fun one.
Absolutely.
So we're just about 7-ish minutes from the start of the game.
I want to point out a player to watch here for Kentucky. Peter Johnson, who has had 3 hat tricks this season, one against Pitt, one against Kennesaw State, and one yesterday against Clemson. He's on my watch list. Great things to come.
I couldn't agree more. Peter Johnson's a very strong offensive player for this Kentucky squad.
He's also leading the team in total goals.
He does. He is 16, just one more than the second place in total goals scored, which would be Will Gonzalo at 15. Johnson, though, a freshman, has done great things for this Wildcat offense and has definitely sparked some intensity for the Wildcat attack.
But one thing that the Wildcats will also need from another player is number 1, Evan Rackmeal, a midfield junior, who is leading the team in assists for this season. They're going to need him to really spark the offense today, get things going. It's a big problem that they had yesterday against Clemson. It just took them too long to get things started. You really didn't see a fire. You didn't really see too much offensive power until the second half. By then, it was too late.
Yeah, the Wildcats did actually outscore Clemson in the second half after getting it down. I believe it was 10-2 after the first half of play. Obviously, eventually only losing 16-10. It was a different ball game in the second half. So if Kentucky is able to bring any of that momentum that they finished with yesterday into the start of this one, then I do think that they have a chance to come out with a victory here.
Well, I think both teams equally have a great chance to come out with a victory. I mean, as we said before, both fourth in respective conferences. Both have similar, what's it called? What is the word I'm looking for? Similar
records.
Yes.
Kentucky at 1-5, North Carolina State at 1-3, I believe, or 1-4.
We will be fact-checking that in a minute, ladies and gentlemen, but I want to remind you, this will be a fun one. As commentators, we cannot guarantee a lot, but we can guarantee a fun one when we see one.
Most definitely. The teams, though, here on the field, as the sun is rising, it is a beautiful day for some lacrosse. A lot of intensity from both sidelines so far. Very excited once again for this matchup. John's calling me. Oh.
Interrupting the stream.
What? Do we have the adapter thing from yesterday, AJ?
It's a him yesterday.
Yeah, we'll check our bags, but we don't have it. I'm like 99% sure.
Yeah, I know I don't have it in my bag.
We thought we gave it to you.
I tossed it.
I'm like 99.9% sure we gave it to you.
I remember that, but I think
No, Sean, I'm like almost 100% sure that like directly after the game, I just tossed it to you on the field.
I know, but I'm saying in the hotel, like we may have gotten it mixed up, but I just wanted to check.
Okay, well, Israel didn't find nothing in his bag. I'm not seeing nothing in mine, so. All right.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, later. Hope you find it. All right, let's put a resume back on the stream. Check the quality of the stream.
Hello. What?
It's really grainy.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's better.
It's not horrible.
And that's Mr. Herb. Oh, that looks like something Mr. Herb would like. Looks like something I would like. Oh my gosh, yeah. Probably not much bigger than you. Yeah, big brother.
Kind of annoying that we're going to have to deal with parents, but it's okay. It'll be okay. So the team is just now breaking out of their huddles on the sideline, getting ready to take their rightful place on the field before this one gets started. So North Carolina State in white, Kentucky in black for today's matchup.
And I just love Kentucky's helmets, the all black with the shiny UK on the side. That's
Absolutely.
beautiful.
Definitely one of my favorites, to say the least.
I think my favorite would have to be the shiny blue one.
Yes, those.
The way it glistens off the sun, I just love. You can't beat that.
You absolutely cannot beat that. It's a beautiful helmet. We like to talk about the uniform matchups between the teams. This one, I think Kentucky winning, no problem.
Oh, you know what? They do have the advantage, though. All black almost always wins every matchup.
I will agree with that statement for sure, though. Not a bad Not a bad uniform matchup.
No, not at all. And now you will see the University of Kentucky coming out, lining up, getting ready for one of my favorite parts of the lacrosse game, the stare down.
I believe the correct terminology would be a lineup, but
It is a lineup, but
well,
what I love to call it is the stare down.
yeah,
'cause
okay.
I've been inside those lineups before, and it gets intense.
Yes, it does definitely get intense.
So we want to remind you again, if you're just joining us, I am AJ Nava, multimedia journalist extraordinaire. With me is my co-host, friend, commentator, cameraman, really jack of all trades, Israel Schill. And we are here at Pleasant Park in Raleigh, North Carolina, here for the matchup of the University of Kentucky against the NC State Wolfpack. And now the goalies will be taking their marks inside the net, and we will set up for the face-off.
They will, and Connor France going to be in goal today for the Wildcats after Bryce Mode was in goal yesterday. France with a 60% save percentage on the season so far.
I know.
So we're underway here for the game, and the first face-off instantly goes for a shot, but it's in the crease. So Kentucky with possession here, and it's Ty Corbel with the ball for the Wildcats. They start up their first offensive possession.
NC State defense really vocal to start the game, looking like they mean business. Kentucky now just trying to find something.
So pushing in for the goal here early and passing it out to Hamilton. The ball unable to get in the stick, and so Wolfpack going to start their clear here, and it's the long pole having no problem taking it right over by himself for the easy clear.
And yet, can't hold on to the ball. Connor France will be taking it upfield, passes it off.
And that's Sammy Hamilton with the ball.
Sammy Hamilton real quick on his feet. You know, he gets from one side of the field to the other in the snap of a finger.
Most definitely does. Now you'll see Felix Williams for Kentucky looking to dodge Peter Johnson, coming in to set a little pick there. Felix Williams pushing in towards the net, cutting back inside with the left hand, and just far left of the goal. So that one will go out of bounds, and the North Carolina State Wolfpack will take over with the ball in the alley. It's number 36, Carson Lindsay, the junior defender, with the ball. It's a nice swim there.
Good defense, but NC State still able to push through as a
And
penalty will be
offsides
thrown.
is going to get called on Kentucky, so Peter Johnson is just going to go over and play with the extra man. So free play for the Wildcats, or rather the Wolfpack right now. I'm interested to see if they're going to set up, and they will. They're going to take their time and really try and take advantage of this scenario here. Coming around the outside of the net, passing it inside for one more in the goal for North Carolina State.
So NC State will be the first one to get something going here. 1-0, Kentucky down.
Yeah, and that was, I believe, number 42, Aiden Morrison, the senior midfielder. His third goal on the season.
You know, if anyone you would expect to get the first goal going after a loss, it would be one of your seniors.
Yeah, most definitely. And you want to rally around those players who have had more experience, as North Carolina State's got no problem winning the opening faceoff, passing it inside, and they're going to look for something real quick here. Well, they got numbers, but unable, so they're going to take some time here. Coach is calling for cutters, though, and I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to have something come from right over the middle But they're going to relax a little bit.
Well, it looks like they're going to stop relaxing and start setting something up. In close, but NC State could not get it going thanks to defense by Kentucky, but it will be NC State ball in the reset.
So man down are the Wildcats. Really trying to make sure that this is not an opportunity taken advantage of for the Wolves. Oh, what an absolute ripper there coming off the leg of France and back out of bounds. So North Carolina State will have another chance here.
You know, one thing I really like about Connor France's style of goalie is that he doesn't just use his stick and he doesn't just use his chest. He really utilizes every part of his body to get a stop.
And he's not afraid at all to get in front of that or step out of net, regardless of the shot here. Absolutely smothered by France.
As I said, that ball hit his lower stomach near the groin area. Very scary play.
He does not look affected at all as Ty Corbel takes a clean check there by North Carolina State midfielder David Agayo. So struggling to get it over is Sammy Hamilton for Kentucky, tripping, still has the ball in his stick, able to get the pass off to Ancona. And so Kentucky lucky there that they were able to get away with that.
Hamilton, amazing.
Absolutely amazing for sure. As Woody Pierre for Kentucky looking to have a go. He scored a few goals so far this season. Definitely a strong shooter with the right hand, and so we'll see him set up here to try to eye up his defense. Eventually dumping it over to Rackmeal, pushing it down one further to Johnson. Johnson's going to set up from X, spinning around the defender.
Strong defense by NC State.
Absolutely, as Hamilton was setting up to shoot, but didn't have the ball secured and was thinking a little bit too early, and so NC State, another great clear.
That was a good example of thinking before doing, or doing before thinking.
Absolutely, and that was Matthew Hunter for NC State, doing that all by himself on the clear. The shot there, out of bounds, Kentucky able to get it, so they're going to take their time. On this clear here, it's Matthew Miller for Kentucky, dumping it over the top to Bryson Davidson. So Kentucky, successful clear. And they've had some problems with that this season. Ancona looking to fire one here. Sorry, that was Gazaldo. Ancona with the ball now.
Woody Pierre dishes it off.
And we'll see Felix Williams taking one here, slipping past the defender, hesitating, falls to his feet. Referee's not going to call a trip. So good job by the North Carolina defense, and another great job on the clear here. And amazing ball movement, but even better stick in the passing lane from Matthew Miller for Kentucky. Great job to stop that one.
Good grip by the sophomore. That was really smart thinking, fast play.
It was, and especially on a one-on-one with the goalkeeper, as you can see Chandler Newton unable to grab that one, so they're going to pass it up one more. And man, this North Carolina State team, I don't think they've dropped a pass yet. It's Gus Maggio, the ball down low.
NC State electing to slow it down. I thought number 50 over there was going to take it all by himself against 4 Wildcat defenders.
I'd have to agree, and the shot there stopped by France. Absolute brick wall is Connor France. He'll clear it up to Chandler Newton, but just outside, and Kana luckily able to grab that one, hesitating, going around his defender. It's very great flow of the game right now as Newton looks to fire the shot. Scored 2 goals last game. He's got 4 total on the season, but the pass,
oh my goodness,
just out of bounds.
Well, Israel, I think we found our early problem of the game. The passing by the Wildcats, not it.
No, they're not doing ideal as North Carolina State scores another goal there, and that was the long pull, Matthew Hunter from Wake Forest, North Carolina. Not his first goal of the season, though. He's had one earlier as well as 2 assists. So that'll be his second goal in the season. Really impressive coming from a long pole, especially one who doesn't even play LSM.
I will say that second goal looked very easy from the outside perspective, as he wasn't even sprinting. He was briskly walking into the crease and got a close shot.
Yeah, I mean, Kentucky wasn't really there with enough bodies to be able to slide.
over.
So taking the face off there and winning it is North Carolina State.
Aiden Smith for Kentucky not able to win the face-off, unfortunate.
Maggio with the ball for the Wolfpack. And it's looking like he might have a go. He's going to pass it off. Great ball movement right now. But also good slides by Kentucky and great stick in the passing lane once again. But, lucky flick. North Carolina State scores once again. So it'll be 3-0 in the first quarter. And that one probably could have been avoided, AJ.
Oh, absolutely. That one was just ugly. Bad luck. Things are not looking good here in Pleasant Park. Not at all.
No, they are not. But we'll see if Kentucky can do, as they typically don't get off to a super hot start, but pull themselves back in it pretty quickly.
You know, Israel, I've had a few problems in Pleasant Park myself in my day.
Yes, but your problems were all in Fortnite, AJ, and not in the real world. So winning the face-off for North Carolina State is the sophomore Jake Wimsett. The Wolves slowing it down, getting the right personnel on the field. Great communication by the Kentucky defense, communicating on the slides.
But will it make a difference here?
Sliding around the corner, looking for one more inside, gets the pass and the goal. So make that 4-0 here. North Carolina State in the first quarter.
A little bit of chippy talk from the goal scorer, number 28. And that was directed into number 44, Lucas Alfredo.
Yeah, it was David Agayo, number 28 for North Carolina State.
And now the face-off won by NC State here. NC State playing basketball is called make it, take it. They're just scoring the goal, winning the face-off, and getting another shot at it. Is Kentucky not having anything on offense.
North Carolina State face-off, man, so far has been Jake Wimsett, who's listed as just a regular old midfielder, but he's got a great 6'2", 200-pound frame that's really great to put right down there in the middle of the field, especially when you're trying to go against a smaller face-off man from Kentucky, regardless of who they put out there.
You might as well put him on the roster as Fogo at this point.
You might as well.
I mean, he's near 100% today in face-offs,
and
as the shot is no good by NC State. Goes just far right of the post.
That was a good pass over the top, but good defense by Kentucky to keep the sticks up in the passing lane.
How's that unique to face-up? You're kind of in a push-up.
So taking the dodge here for North Carolina State, passing it one more, looking for a third, firing, and it's at the top of the net. Another one for North Carolina State. So timeout called there by Kentucky. It's Connor Krishak, the senior attackman. His 4th goal in the season. Playing in his hometown here on these fields of Apex, North Carolina.
You know, Israel, this game very reminiscent to the one yesterday. A fast start by the opponent of the Wildcats, and the Wildcats just not able to get something going in response.
Yeah, really unable to string together any goals so far.
Israel, what do you think the big problems have been today for Kentucky?
Well, like they have had problems with earlier in the season, especially last game, is being able to prevent teams from jumping out to big leads like this in the first quarter. And it was a similar conversation against Clemson last night, where so many goals were put up so fast. Kentucky was just kind of in over their head by halftime, and it's hard to come back from a game when you're down 9 goals. You have a good offense, but usually nothing high octane scoring. So
the game's always harder when you're playing catch up, basically.
it is definitely always harder when you're playing catch up.
You know, you never want to get 200 pumped in Pleasant Park, but that might be the case for the Wildcats.
It might be.
But you never know. They could come back. It's only the first quarter.
It is.
Give it 3 more quarters, they could come out with a #1 victory royale. Wouldn't that be something?
That would absolutely be something. It's the teams here taking their respective sides of the field. And so setting up for the face-off here is Graham Herman, the junior Fogo. And going to line up across from him from Kentucky is Jackson Smith. Jackson Smith, the sophomore.
He's currently 4 for 13 in face-offs this season.
Yeah, you know, that's one of Kentucky's problems is the face-off, and so often they do throw a long pull in there. Unfortunately, the man they usually place in that position, as Blue moved early on that one, and so White will pick it up. And like I was saying, Caden Wilson for Kentucky ruled out for today's game after getting concussed last night against Clemson. Very strong person to put on the face-off, as they do like to put a long pole down there, but now with less personnel to stick up in the middle of the field, they're going to stick with a traditional Fogo.
NC State not able to get close here. Kentucky defense playing a little differently after that last timeout. Connor France able to stop the goal attempt.
That was a great stop by France once again. Ty Corbel, all wheels, coming down the left sideline, looking up. He's going to pass it up ahead to Dylan Johnson, who snipes the top corner. And so Dylan Johnson netting one there for the Wildcats and putting them on the board finally here in the first quarter.
Way to open the door for Kentucky. Way to open the door. That's what you need.
Absolutely, and that's the freshman midfielder there from Toledo, Ohio, scoring his first goal of the season. So congratulations to Dylan Johnson, who we will be in the car with for about 7.5 hours riding home after this game.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen at home, if you're not aware, the broadcast team of me and Israel had the pleasure of driving 7 hours here to Raleigh, North Carolina.
With closer to 8, as the face-off is won by North Carolina State up to the pole, and absolutely ripping one there. And another goal for North Carolina State to make it 6-1, as the fast break stood no chance for the Wildcats.
Shout out to our driver for the 8-hour trip, Luke Vance, over there on the sideline somewhere in gray.
Yes, the field manager for the Kentucky Wildcats does a lot of work.
And shout out to Dylan Johnson for sitting in the passenger seat and sleeping nearly the entire ride.
He did, slept like a baby, and so
But
did
so
I.
did we.
Yes,
Yes.
will not complain about that.
No, not at all.
So up here for the face-off once again with a 6-1 lead. It's North Carolina State winning it, but good defense by Clay Stambaugh.
Here we go.
Hitting the stick check for Kentucky and eventually turning it over, and so it's Ty Corbel, full steam ahead, passing it one more to Ancona, dishes it another to Gazaldo, and the shot is stopped. So good job by the goalkeeper, but a good try for Kentucky. So they were able to get the fast break opportunity. Peter Johnson intercepting the pass from the goalie, taking the shot, and just left of the goal. Johnson's going to scoop this one up. Not sure if he was aware that the North Carolina State defender was coming up behind him.
And now many players will just rush that ball in the corner.
Yeah, and they're going to try and take advantage of that one, but Kentucky gains possession of the ball, and so they're going to probably take the smart play and settle down there. It's Chandler Newton, the long stick midfielder.
NC State bench trying to get in the heads of Kentucky a little bit, just chanting as that ball is right in front of their bench.
Yeah, why not? You know, it's definitely fun.
Yeah, try something, anything to
The
get in your
antics are
opponent's
great
head.
as Woody Pierre is going to dodge on the midfielder there and is going to drop the ball behind him when he wasn't quite paying attention to that one. He's going to try and make up for it with the check, and
Very physical there.
definitely good attempts, unable to go, and so his midfielder takes the shot, but it's off the feet of Connor France. But he's in the crease. So it will be Kentucky ball once again as Hamilton passing it up top over the middle to Felix Williams, but it's over the head, and so right back to North Carolina State. So it's Maggio. Where North Carolina State will call for yellow, and so they'll give themselves some time here to set up what they're looking for. So there's about 2 minutes left here in the first quarter in Raleigh, North Carolina, where the Wolfpack lead the Wildcats 6-1 in this early morning matchup. That shot off the back of the net.
You know, NC State taking the more slow approach on offense, but it's been working out in their favor so far as they play from the X and then dish it off to the middle right in front of the net. Seems to be their style of play so far in this game.
Yeah, and they're great ball movement for North Carolina State this game as they're going to fire it over the top from X, and the shot is good.
Yep. See, right down the middle into the net.
It is, and exactly what we were just talking about is the backside defense from Kentucky, often not really paying attention to what's going on behind them, and it shows to be vital right there as North Carolina State pumps in another one, and so it's 7-1 here in just the first quarter of play.
Taking the face-off for Kentucky, number 19, Jackson Smith, the sophomore from Lexington, Kentucky. Wins it. That's
Jackson
a great
Smith.
sign.
Ooh, the hit there not called by the referee. Thought that one hit the helmet, but that's, I guess, why I'm not out there is Dylan Johnson, the lone goal scorer for the Wildcats, surveying the field.
Kentucky playing my favorite style, what I like to call ring around the rosy ball.
Guess this turf monster must be out today. Great stop on the goal attempt there from Peter Johnson, who looks like his shoe came off on that try there, and so he's going to have to run off and get a sub. Felix Williams dropping that left shoulder, looking for a target. It's Jake Williams for the Wildcats, dancing to find an opening. Rackmeal setting up the dodge, looking over the top of the field, gets off the pass to Gasaldo, and he puts it in for the goal. So another one for the Wildcats there, 7-2.
That'll make 11 assists on the season for Evan Rackmeal, the junior from Park Ridge, Illinois.
Yes, and that will, for those paying attention.
I'm not sure if the live is working. Somebody just texted me she was trying to get on. So I just wanted to let you guys know that.
No, thank you. We will check that out. Appreciate
yeah,
it.
of course. I just want to let you know.
Thank you. The live is working for me.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are having problems, I
It is most likely your own phone, unfortunately, as I am getting the link here for the live as well as everybody else watching.
Yes, we want to remind everybody we are on YouTube. Please share this link with friends, family, the mailman, the milkman, anyone, so they can enjoy this Kentucky game.
Absolutely. Please, we'd love to have as many viewers as possible. And so 10 seconds left to go here in the first quarter of play. North Carolina State looking to tally on an extra goal before the buzzer, and about 1 second left.
NC
They're
State
not gonna,
just not aware of the clock, it looks like.
Yeah,
There's
looking
no
like they
rush in there.
weren't quite paying attention, and so at the end of the first quarter, here it is 7-2. The Wolfpack lead the Wildcats in Raleigh, North Carolina. So if you're joining us more recently, my name is Israel Schill. I'm joined here by very talented multimedia journalist AJ Nava.
Oh, you're too kind.
I'm very kind, and I think I'm only saying that because you said it about me earlier and I feel obligated, but that is okay. It is very okay.
That ruins the whole thing.
You still are talented. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. And so, very, very strong outing by North Carolina State in the first quarter.
Yes, absolutely.
High octane scoring on the offensive end, putting in 7, and good job by their defense holding Kentucky to 2, but Kentucky not really doing a great job at getting off too many shots.
No, it all starts at the face-off. You need to have the chance to score if you're gonna score.
Yeah, exactly, and you can't score if you don't shoot.
Nope.
Thank you, Mr. Miller, for letting us know that the live stream is good. We appreciate it. We're glad.
It's nice to have
that it is not
some,
us.
confirmation from the people at home.
It is definitely nice.
What's the score? I can't. My eyes
7-2.
Okay.
Yeah, the scoreboard is like
Like,
this
I know.
big.
I'm just like, why can't we use?
Yeah,
It's
I.
okay.
You guys, you're Kentucky.
Yes.
Did you play here or did you play
We
over
played
there?
on
Yeah,
that field
really nice
yesterday.
field.
That
Yeah,
one was
yeah.
better, I think.
Yeah, that was
But
really nice. Tough game against.
Yes, it was. Yes, it
it was
was.
a tough one. They're a good team.
We had when we played on Friday. Was it Friday night? Yeah. I remember.
Yeah, Friday night.
Great first half, and then
Yeah,
we did
kind of
nothing
just like
after that.
crumbled a little bit. We were watching it. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
happens.
It does. It happens.
Who do y'all play? Do you going back after this, or do you have
Yeah.
another game?
Yeah.
Well, we played Clemson last night,
Okay.
so
Yeah,
we
yeah.
play or we leave after this game. Right
Long
back
road
to
trip ahead.
about 7.5 hours. So we're
Not
hopping
too
right in the
bad.
kaa
Well,
and
it's
heading
early
right
game.
home. Yeah,
Could've
that's
been
what's
bad.
nice.
Could've been bad.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
Well, it was bad when we were trying to wake up this morning. Good when we were leaving.
Imagine how many Red Bulls.
Yeah, exactly. So, folks here.
We want to remind everybody at home that we're not a fancy broadcast team. We don't have a nice booth. We don't have a bunch of people helping us out. It's just 2 college kids with the table on the field.
And we couldn't be more happy to be here.
I love it, actually.
I
I
love
think
it.
I prefer this over a fancy equipment
I do,
any
and
day.
I love the interactions we have with people as North Carolina State wins the opening face-off of the second quarter.
All right, first possession of the second quarter. We'll start with NC State. See what they can do here.
Yeah, and Jake Wimsett won that face-off once again. Still surprising how well he's doing. So setting up a try here. Just going to rip this one. Wow.
Ooh.
And a low to high goal. Squeaks right past Connor France for a nice one.
Not only did it get past France, it got right through the stick of Wood Pierre.
It did, and that was a beautifully placed shot. It doesn't really get much better than that when you're shooting low to high from that distance.
Yep, that was a perfect execution of a not so easy move.
Yes. So here is Wimsett and Smith at the center stripe.
And now
And
NC
North
State.
Carolina State's LSM able to pick that one up. It was Timmy McCaffrey securing possession. North Carolina State may have just missed out on a goal opportunity right there, as there was no one really paying attention on the defensive end for Kentucky while they're setting up there. But
You know, you always have to be aware of those options when you have them. I know they never really have that option of an easy goal right after a face-off. But
yeah,
keep your head up, and it's real easy to miss, but it's just as easy to find as well.
and so having a go here for North Carolina State, passing it out, one more for the shot, and it is far left. So that was a dodge by Colin Willis and a pass over the top to Brody McDonald. And for the shot here, I thought he was going to take it, but I guess he won't. And so North Carolina State setting up another good offensive possession, wrapping around the crease, passing it one more, dropping the shoulder into the defender. It's good physical offense and defense from both parties involved. Spinning around the back of the net,
10 seconds left on the shot
passing it
clock
one
here.
more. So they got 10 minutes left on the shot clock, and dancing and finding his target, and for the goal, nailing that one in the top right corner is Roman Oduntoyinbo.
The sophomore from Chapel Hill, North Carolina.
Apologies if I mispronounced that one. But that will be his second goal on the season.
Lining up right in front of us, Lucas Fredo, number 44. Number 44, that's me. Get some cold cuts.
Whatever that means.
It's a great commercial.
I think I'm missing something.
No.
So that'll be a violation on the Wolfpack. It's Kentucky ball.
Kentucky has all their players in that they want for this possession, so we will get something going here.
Yeah, and it looks like Evan Rackmeal is going to take one to Ancona, to Williams, and Felix Williams pushing inside, looking for the pass, and he does put it off to Ancona, who snipes the top left corner. What a shot by Mikey Ancona, threading the needle, finding the gap, and scoring the goal for the Wildcats.
The score now 8-3. NC State still up by 5. However, 12 minutes left in this quarter. A lot more time left in this game. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, and a 5-goal deficit is really nothing in lacrosse when you can come back and put 5 goals in the net relatively easily, as we saw Kentucky do in their game yesterday against Clemson, where they came out of the second half strong, scoring 3 straight, as the face-off is there won by North Carolina State. It's Stone Hensley, the freshman Fogo, but taking it over for Kentucky is Machado, who dumps the ball over his head. Referee surprisingly not calling a hit to the helmet on Machado. And pass over the top, no good. And so another failed clear attempt by the Wildcats, and a good dump off. And I'm going to say it once again, this North Carolina State team has definitely practiced their passing and catching, as they're not really letting the ball touch the ground. The long pole, Dylan Kesselring, not really challenged. So a no problem, no sweat clear for the Pack.
NC State, a lot of purposeful passes here, trying to put it in the right place.
Splitting
Good
the face
footwork
dodge
by
there,
number
passing it
6.
out to the right wing and taking one. And it looks like the Turf Monster snagged another one, so I'm not really sure how he ended up on the ground. But Drew Schweitzer hit the deck in another one, but they're going to call that one a push. No, they won't, surprisingly. So Kentucky running this one up is Ty Corbel. Ancona gonna snipe one out from deep.
Oh no, he will not. He will dish it off.
Fake. I think a lot of people on that one. I definitely thought he was gonna shoot it.
No, Mikey Ancona is the type of guy to
Woody
shoot
Pierre
that shot.
pushing out to the right, tries to get the pass out to X, and it slips out the top of his stick, unfortunately. So Kentucky with another turnover there.
Woody Pierre with a good example of we are only human and we make human mistakes sometimes, no matter what level you're at.
Definitely. So clearing it is the Wolfpack, and able to get it over half field, but defended well by Kentucky, though the long stick is going to go in. Pass it one more for the shot, and goal is Maggio for North Carolina State. So that was a good job by the long pole, Matthew Hunter. Passing it off to the open man, and for the one-on-one against the goalie was Maggio. Having no problem to score there, and so North Carolina State takes a 6-goal lead, a 9-3 game with just over 10 minutes to play in the first half in Raleigh, North Carolina.
When I think about it, I laugh. You know, we are grateful for each and every viewer of this stream. Even you, Mr. Machado, all the way in New Jersey. Thank you for tuning in.
Just want you all to know that when you say bad things about us, we hear. So
we hear the good things too.
We hear the good things too. No, we're just kidding. We know the streams are tough. As Maggio laid out by France, but France drops the stick and chaos ensues.
Ball flying in the air, ball going on the ground, it doesn't matter. Just chaos.
And so a timeout called there by North Carolina State, and let's talk about that hit by Connor France coming out of net. That's something that he's no stranger to. He's done it multiple times this season, penalized on 2 out of 3 of them, but this time lucky to get away with a hit.
Connor France, a big guy. I wouldn't want to be on the other end of that. The big baguette, as we've been calling him.
They do have him listed at 5 foot, 245 pounds on the website. He's definitely taller than 5 feet. We're not really sure why they didn't change that one. We think it's a prank by the team manager, but we'll give him at least 5'8". Not really sure how much higher it gets than that, but I can't, we're far away. It gets a little difficult.
Oh, Connor France, the goalie you are.
And he is definitely not scared of anything in the net. As you see, he's willing to step out and lay out anybody who comes in between him and the back of the net.
Absolutely. And even though he dropped his stick, which usually is an indication for the offense to go even harder at the goal and try to get it in, they did not. They backed up. They knew the physical presence of Connor France there, and they were more focused on getting the ball in their possession than getting it in the net.
Yeah, and France, a downside of his play is stepping out of the net, though being physical on the defense is a strong attribute from your goalie.
Dangerous.
Stepping out of the net is definitely dangerous. We've seen multiple opportunities go in for a goal behind France when he steps out of the net, and so play will resume here, just under 10 minutes to go.
One thing about France's style of play, though, it is entertaining when you see him halfway up the field out of net.
It is definitely a spectacle to see that man run full speed down the field. And a great spectacle it is.
Oui, oui.
A oui, oui baguette for Mr. France there.
Okay, I'm done with my French impressions.
Please, no more.
We apologize for that, viewers. Let's get back to lacrosse.
Especially anybody who's French out there, I think that was insensitive, AJ.
Fun fact, Israel here is French-Canadian.
I am indeed. Shout out my mom who speaks French. Me, no. Thanks for not teaching me when I was young. Whatever. So, North Carolina State with the ball here, looking to extend their lead to 7, dropping the left shoulder in, and great ball movement, but even better job by the Kentucky defense, and once again sticks in the passing lane. Great pass by France up to Chandler Newton. Chandler Newton, we know what he does with the ball in his hand, passing it up, and it's going to go back to Newton, and in the net for the goal off the bouncer. And so Chandler Newton scoring another goal for the Wildcats. That puts him at 5 on the season.
Very impressive from the LSM. Louisville, Kentucky native, sophomore. That is 6 foot, 180 pounds of pure lacrosse just coming at you, full speed.
Most definitely, and I will say that being his 5th goal there now ties him for 3rd on the team in scoring, with the junior attackman Mikey Ancona with 5 on the season. Obviously Gazaldo 2nd for the Wildcats with 15, and Peter Johnson 1st with 16. So Kentucky getting the possession off of a procedure.
I want to correct you, they are tied now because of the goal that Gazaldo scored earlier.
You are correct. I did miscalculate. So it is a tie at 1st place. But I'm sure that both of them are going to be fighting with each other a little bit. Score that one.
Ooh.
Turns around by Gazaldo. He loves to take that shot around from X. That one coming off the top of the helmet of the goalkeeper.
Well, I know these guys at some level do care about their individual stats, but what they're more focused on right now is getting that ball in the net for the team, trying to get the win.
Absolutely, and the nice thing, though, about scoring in lacrosse is the goal counts for the team and yourself.
Absolutely.
So a little bit of friendly competition definitely can't hurt as long as you're putting the ball in the net, you know?
Yep.
So Rackmeal dodges on his defender, passes it one more to Gazaldo, puts it up to Ancona. Ancona finds Hamilton, but Hamilton unable to grab that one, and so a free one there for the goalkeeper.
Ooh, little stick in the helmet of the NC goalie, but we won't say anything about
we won't
that.
talk about that one. The goalkeeper, Alex Duggleby, for North Carolina.
No, I'd be very interested to find the pass count from NC State after the game.
Absolutely.
I'm sure it's high.
So having a go here is North Carolina on offense. And he's going to pull this one way out and on the isolation, 17 on 17. And Corbel doing a great job on defense for Kentucky. And the shot no good.
That one
from
just,
Connor Krishak.
That one just barely kissed the left post, a little peck on the cheek, if you will, going out of bounds.
Did, and France happy that that one hit the post. That one's going to count as a save for him. As Maggio surveying the field. And he's been a very commanding force from X, whether it's finding the cutter or taking it himself. As Krishak is going to take it here, sticking the left hand, puts it in his right, bounces it down, and it's at the feet of France, so a good stop there.
Good
Connor
try
France.
by the senior for NC State. From here in Apex, North Carolina, not too far from home.
Not too far from home at all. And Ancona finding Felix Williams on a absolute zip of a pass.
You could
Williams
hear
gets
the
touch
whoosh.
in the box. And man, there was some urgency behind the ball on that one.
Yep.
Johnson swims his defender and gets by him. Hesitates at X, spins around, gets the pass off, but he's going to end up tripping and falling and into the crease.
And here we go, ball right in front of us, and Kentucky will end up in possession, fighting these NC State defenders and midfielders.
Good job by Gazaldo. And Will Gazaldo not afraid to put his body on the line and get the ball back for the Wildcats. He does a great job on the rides.
And good job
Peter
on
Johnson turning the corner, firing with the left and just on the right side of the goal.
Good job by Machado. Machado also to get the ball back on the right side of the field for Kentucky. Yeah. Good use of the stick. And here we go, Kentucky, another chance at greatness.
And pass inside, unable to stay connected. Somebody
Stick
just
going
got yard
flying.
sailed. I'm not really sure who. Oh, it was Felix Williams. That was stick way up in the air. Rackmeal with the ball at the very, very top. So Kentucky running a 1-4-1 right now as Rackmeal pushes in side.
Again, the passes being a little bit of a problem for Kentucky.
Gazaldo sticking his left, puts it in his right, spinning, looking for the passer. Eventually puts it up to Ancona, who puts it one more to Jake Mitchell, sorry, and Mitchell loses the ball, but a bad pass there from the defense. That's a push if I've ever seen one, and the officiating crew's not gonna call it. So Kentucky lucky to come away with that one. Felix Williams with numbers, deciding who he wants to give it to. Gives it to Johnson, gives it back to Williams, and stuffed by the goalkeeper. Man.
Credit to the keeper. Great stop. That was not an easy one to collect.
Definitely, and that was good offense and good ball movement by the Wildcats. But a great job by the goalkeeper to stuff that one. Peter Johnson out of his usual territory. Now it's Maggio taking this one in by himself, They decide not to shoot.
Maggio not alone anymore as NC State will set up their offense for this possession.
Spinning and looking to shoot, ends up passing it. But Newton comes away with the ball for Kentucky. Newton's so lethal with the shot. Passes it inside. Bryson Davidson, who gets it one more to Peter Johnson, but the shot is too high.
And now Kentucky will try again.
They will, and the pass goes inside to Johnson. Unable
Pass
to connect. It's going to go over half. And that's going to be an over and back. So the Pack will take possession of that one. So just over 3 minutes to go in the second quarter in Raleigh.
Good pressure by the Kentucky defense.
Great job.
NC State still able to pick it up, just as impressive.
Yeah, and that backside for Kentucky definitely lacking. Is there some open cutters ready to take their turn down the middle of the field? 30 seconds left on the shot clock for the Pack. And the shot way over the top of the goal. It's like that one might have slipped out the top of the stick of Krishak.
No, Israel, big thing that Kentucky will need going into halftime is a little boost, and I'm sure a goal or two would help a great deal.
Definitely is.
And they will have a
Look to get
chance
pass
at
off
it.
there, and they don't get it. So Corbel puts it up. And Nkana trying to decide who he wants to get it to, but does the right idea. Settles this one back.
That's a smart move by Nkana rather than taking the long shot.
Definitely a smart idea.
Both teams just about fully set up for this possession. Gazaldo.
Corbel
gives it
gonna
up.
take this one with the left hand firing, and it's over the top. Kentucky.
Right idea, wrong execution.
Yeah, that's coming from the mouth of head coach Taylor McCown, talking to his guys out on the field, letting them know that they're playing the right game. They just need to connect a few more shots. As Corbel looks like he's going to do it once again, this time with the right. Well defended. It's Peter Johnson looking to pass over the top. Scanning the field, decides to take it himself. One more, and behind the back shot by Gazaldo.
Gazaldo, a little showmanship, and Taylor McCowan giving him the go-ahead that it was a good shot.
Good ride here from Kentucky, and wow.
Oh,
good pass by North Carolina State, so they're going to run it down, and he's going to pass it one more for the shot. Good job, Kentucky, to get inside, and the ball sliding off the stick, and a lucky break there for the Wildcats.
I hate to say it, but if that ball does not slip out of the stick, that's a goal for NC State.
I will have to agree with you on that one, as that was the freshman midfielder Tucker Davis for the Pack. Unfortunately not getting that one. And so timeout called there by the Wildcats with under a minute to go in the first half of play in Raleigh, North Carolina. My name is Israel Schill. I'm joined here by my great friend AJ Nava, who's dancing behind the camera. I'm not really sure why.
I was excited you were introducing me again.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you. I'm happy that you're excited.
We like to have a fun broadcast here, ladies and
definitely,
gentlemen.
especially when there's you can't really talk about lacrosse for the whole time. We don't have commercial breaks or
No, we don't have sponsorships.
or nothing. So it's just us.
Just us, our personalities, and what more can you ask for?
Probably a lot.
Yeah.
Probably a lot more for sure. But
and one thing I did want to bring up, that I was going to wait till halftime, but since we do have a timeout here, last night during halftime, we did make a call and a mention about a player on this team, Big Red, Jacob Feltner, number 99, the defender from Tampa, Florida. And we mentioned a new look for the defender, one that his mother was not aware of.
4-9.
One that his mother was not aware of pregame. And after the game, when we were all eating pizzas together, Big Red comes up to our table and
looking
says,
awfully devious.
he had that look of, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed.
I'm just disappointed, and so it turns out that
only thing he says to us is, so guys, my mom did not know I had cornrows.
So Feltner's mom, if you are out there listening, we're not sorry that we broke the news to you, but we're sorry it had to come from us.
Yes, yeah.
And 2 kids that you don't even know. So, though he did end up taking them out in the hotel last night.
It was just a fun moment, you know, great bonding.
Now instead of cornrows, he's got some Arby's curly fries looking on top of his head with the red curly hair.
But let's go back to lacrosse.
Yeah,
35
lacrosse
seconds left in
now
the game.
Here, first half coming to a close as Johnson taking a check, wrapping it around the neck of Johnson, is the North Carolina State defender, and they'll call him on a flag. That's a dangerous check.
Oh, wow. Easy penalty, easy call for the ref.
Definitely an easy call. That was Parker CA. So he'll take a knee in the box. Probably would not have been bad to avoid a penalty with just the short amount of time in the first quarter. So with 29 seconds to go in the first half.
26 seconds.
26 seconds, excuse me. And Kentucky's man up, and so they're going to try and sneak in one more and cut the Wolfpack lead to 4 in the first half. And it's Rackmeal flipping it up to Felix Williams.
And now over to Johnson.
And now they're going to do a similar play, this time Johnson keeping it. So 5 seconds left, and Kana is just going to hold this one out and send the game to halftime.
And the halftime score, University of Kentucky Wildcats 4, NC State Wolfpack 9. And that is halftime in this beautiful day for lacrosse here at Pleasant Park in Raleigh, North Carolina. We want to thank everybody for tuning in to the first half of lacrosse, and we hope we have a good second half waiting for you in a few minutes.
You guys know the score.
4-9. 4.
You know, call us what you want. College kids, broadcasters, at the heart of it all, we're scorekeepers for the people here at the field.
We are, and for the people who keep buying the tiny scoreboards, why? That's my one question for you, is why?
Let me zoom in for the people at home. That is our scoreboard that we have to keep track of.
So I suppose we could give you a look at that if you would like, but I think that we'll probably just call it out for now. So we're going to go into a short break here at the beginning of halftime, and we'll be right back for some more analysis of the first half.
Real soon.
Real soon. Very soon. So we'll be right back. Thank you all for sticking with us here.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I would say we are back, but it's just me here, AJ Nava, here with all your University of Kentucky Wildcat lacrosse needs. My co-host Israel Schill is back and on his way. I do see him coming down the field right now. I just wanted to check in with y'all, let y'all know that we are still here. We are still proud to be your home broadcast for the University of Kentucky Wildcats. And we could be anywhere this weekend, and we're happy to be here with the team in Raleigh, North Carolina at Pleasant Park.
How's it going?
Started it back up. Was just talking to the folks at home for a little bit.
What are we talking to the folks about here?
Just how grateful I am to be here at the park. That's about it.
It's a beautiful day.
Yeah.
It's a great day to have a great day.
It's a great day to have a great
Skating
day.
Carter likes to say.
Yes. There's a rumor going around that he says that before every game.
There is.
And
I didn't hear it today, but I also wasn't with the guys this
Yes.
time through.
So we will find that out for y'all. We do like to give some inside scoop to the broadcast.
Yes,
you know?
as many as we can.
Yep. Not too deep though.
Nothing too bad.
Or too good. You never know.
You never know.
Yes, we are back. For those of y'all out there who are not too familiar with our voices, I am AJ Nava, the University of Kentucky junior from Houston, Texas. With me is my good friend Israel Schill, the University of Kentucky junior from New Hampshire.
Oh man, we're bringing up the hometowns. Well, yeah, born and raised New Hampshire, baby.
And yet
Love
our
it.
paths have led us here to Pleasant Park Field with your University of Kentucky Wildcats. And might I say, very happy to be here.
Absolutely.
This morning, however, when I woke up at 6:30 for the game, I wasn't as happy. I
No,
will
he
be
was not.
honest. I have to be honest
He
with
was
the
not
people
very
at home.
happy.
But I got an extra 30 minutes of sleep in the car. The sun is out, not a cloud in the sky. It's a great day to have a great day. I'm very energetic. The one croissant I had for breakfast really fueled me up. Shout out to my mom and my sisters for putting me on to croissants. They're the first ones to give it to me at the ripe old age of probably 18. And shout out to them.
Well, yeah, sure. I'll agree with the shout out there.
Israel shows a big fan of my antics here on the broadcast. He
Definitely a
loves
fan
it.
of the antics. I will say the Starbucks was quite tasty.
Starbucks
I really
was
like the new
immaculate.
the new thing they got going on at Starbucks, the
What new thing?
falafel pocket.
Falafel pocket.
Yes, as
Wow.
a man with some strict food allergies, the falafel pocket is delicious. My chai tea that I have yet to finish.
Chai tea. TT. It's basically what it means. Because chai.
Chai means tea, yes.
Yes,
it does
tea,
mean tea. so
Let's
it
not
is.
dig into that too.
I got a question for you, AJ. This is a good one.
Okay.
It's been a while since I've heard this one too, and it's: are there more doors or wheels in the world?
Ooh, I remember this
It's
question
been a while
from a
since
while ago.
Since I've heard it.
It's a tough one because at the same time you have to ask yourself what counts as a door. Does every drawer in your
cabinet?
house? Yeah, exactly.
And what counts as a wheel?
You know that like grand closet that your grandma has where she keeps her dolls? Like
Yes,
are
like the
those
Narnia closet?
Yeah, do those doors count in the grand scheme of things?
I mean, they're doors, are they not?
Yeah, it's really an impossible question. I mean, I'm looking at 3 doors right there to enter the field.
Yeah.
But you could just call them gates because they're not on hinges.
But if you think about skateboards and bicycles and
Yep.
so many wheels
If you
out
think
there,
about
you know?
Heelys, I had at least 2 pairs of Heelys as a kid.
I mean, dang, they got wheels on these soccer nets.
Yeah, I mean, it's really just an impossible question.
It is an impossible question to answer. Another question that might be a little tough to answer: does Kentucky have what it takes to make a comeback here?
Absolutely.
Against
I've been
North-
on the field. I can definitely foresee a comeback is possible.
Yeah, I'd have
Israel,
to
on the
agree.
more technical side of it, what will it take for them to come back in this game?
Yeah, I mean, I think for the Wildcats to be able to come into this one, I think they're going to need to come out of the second half hot and hit the ground running. So if they don't win this opening faceoff and go down and score a goal and set the tone early, I don't know if they're going to be able to have what it takes to have enough energy on the sideline to come away with the win.
It's all about setting the tone early, and as we saw yesterday, they had a great second half against Clemson, outscored them, and the lead here is not as big as it was during Clemson. I believe the lead was at least 8 or 9 goals.
I believe it was 10-2.
10-2 at halftime. Here it's only 9-4. So this second half squad could get some work done here.
Definitely can get some work done, and so we'll see, as they did outscore Clemson yesterday in the second half. Definitely looking to hopefully do more of the same here. And so as we end halftime here and prepare for the start of the third quarter.
You know, Israel, I'm zooming in on the scoreboard here, and it appears we have a different score than the official scoreboard. The score is 10-4. I'm not sure if that is a problem on our part or theirs.
I believe it must be on our part.
I will trust the official scoreboard as the game is back in play. Kentucky will start off with the ball. They're starting off hot, feet moving, ball going around and around, and the shot, no good though, just over the top by, I believe, the shot taker was Mikey Ancona.
So
or no, forgive me, Hamilton. Sammy Hamilton with the shot.
Sammy Hamilton on that one.
And Sammy, confident, spinning, passing, shooting, no good. That time, Mikey Ancona stopped by the NC State
one-handed catch on the clear. Great passing catch by the goalkeeper for North Carolina State. And the midfielder, Garrett Stallings, the junior from Holly Springs, North Carolina. So North Carolina's first possession on offense, looking to extend the lead to 7. And the shot looking like it was going to be a heater. Unfortunately for North Carolina State, the ball came out of the stick, but a one-on-one with the keeper is stopped by France. And there we see France doing what he does best.
A big baguette starting off the half right.
Stepping out of net and just stuffing the shot attempts. Good defense there by Corbel, forcing his midfielder around the outside, but the cut on the backside. And another great stop by Connor France.
That shot, which NC State thought was dead center on the net, ended up dead center in Connor France's stick. Way to go.
So Corbel now for the Wildcats, bringing the ball over half field, looking to set up the offense. Lobbing it up to Ancona, who's going to take his time, let Kentucky substitute the correct personnel on the field.
You know, it's great to see the players make the smart play and set up something, a great shot.
It is, and here's Johnson pushing his way inside, passing it. One more, and the goal scored by Will Gazaldo. Sorry, that wasn't Johnson, but Felix Williams on the assist. And so Gazaldo putting another one in there.
And that makes him the University of Kentucky Wildcats official goal leader, does it not?
It does for this season. With 17, I believe it would be total. So Kentucky trying to keep the door cracked open a little bit here.